Time for rock news on 101.1 WJRR, Orlando's rock station. Let's check in with Lynch and Taco and see which rockers are making the headlines for all the right and wrong reasons. 101.1 WJRR.
All right, Taco, as a courtesy here, could you give out the Rock the Bank keyword again for this hour for those who might have missed it? We want one of you to win $1,000 in Rock the Bank.
And it's really easy. Just enter PAY. That's PAY at our website. When you go to WJRR.com, a little box pops up, put it in there. And then if your phone rings with an unfamiliar number next hour, make sure you answer it. We had 3 winners on this show last week at the 905 word. So
we're greedy. We're greedy and would like to see another one of you win this morning.
Exactly.
Remember, this goes every hour throughout the workday, so you can play each hour if you so desire.
That's being greedy for them.
Yes.
Yes.
Like to wish all of you a happy National Guitar Day.
All right.
So, rock out. Well, you're already doing that because you're here on JRR. All right. So, a lot of you might have caught wind of something regarding Vince Neil of Motley Crue and in a plane crash.
Which one was he in?
He wasn't in any plane. His girlfriend was in his plane that he owns that crashed after it landed in Scottsdale, Arizona yesterday. Mm-hmm. The pilot was killed.
Yep.
And the co-pilot and the passengers, including Vince Neil's girlfriend, were all transported to the hospital. So 1 death, 3 injuries. Vince Neil, again, the only connection to this is his girlfriend apparently was using the plane, and it's the plane that Vince Neil owns, Vince from Motley Crue. So the plane touched down, veers off the runway, and smashed into another plane, and that's the long and the short of it.
I saw the news story up here a little bit ago, and I asked Pat, I said, hey, was Vince's plane in Arizona? Yeah, that was it.
Yep, Scottsdale yesterday. That's what that was all about. Another unfortunate aviation mishap.
That sucks. They lose the pilot, too.
Those of you who've heard of the New York Dolls probably know who David Johansen is. He's the lone living member of the New York Dolls. You also might know him by his alter ego, more contemporary, as Buster Poindexter.
Oh, okay.
Hot. Mm-hmm. Sad news, he has announced he has stage 4 cancer and a brain tumor. Since he's been living with the illness for a long time, he's still trying to have fun, seeing friends and family. But he took a tumble the other day and broke his back in 2 places. So he is basically bedridden, requires round-the-clock care for that. He's got the stage 4 cancer going, the brain tumor, and he is just in a bad way right now. So
when he took a fall, was it because of the tumor, or
he's older? He took a fall like sometimes older folks do. So keep him in mind, David Johansen, a.k.a. Buster Poindexter. That's just sad news there.
That is.
The Led Zeppelin documentary, Becoming Led Zeppelin, which had its premiere in IMAX theaters across the country last week. It was only in about 200 theaters. Set a record for a sanctioned documentary this past week, and took in, just in IMAX theaters, $2.6 million in the U.S., which averages to about $7,000 per theater average, enough to place it number 7 on the list of top box office receipts for the whole weekend. Pretty good. Now it goes into regular theaters this week.
Good. That's what I was wondering, because I had an opportunity to go see it Friday. Somebody had a couple extra tickets for my wife and I couldn't do it because I already had a birthday plan.
A Bryan Adams concert had to be canceled in Australia over the weekend because of a fatberg.
Oh, we've heard of a fatberg before.
Yes.
What is it?
This is a giant mass of crap that coagulates and gets stuck in a sewer system. That sewer system would be that of Perth, Australia, and it was in close proximity to the stadium where the show was supposed to take place. You can't have a stadium full of people trying to use the restroom facilities when you got a fatberg clogging up the system.
No.
Of all the things to have your concert canceled for.
Think of that next time you're littering. Don't do it. You're creating fatbergs.
So all sorts of crap. The basic core of those is those wet wipe things. Those are what usually create the mass for these fatbergs of everything else that globs onto them in a sewer system. Ozzy Osbourne has been hit with a copyright suit over photographs of himself. He's facing a copyright lawsuit over these photos posted to his social media. The case alleges that Ozzy has posted multiple photos of himself that were taken by rock photographer Neil Zolzauer. The suit says that Ozzy's used Zolzauer's photos and shared them with millions of his followers without permission or paying a licensing fee. Does any of this sound familiar? We have to go through this training every year, explaining to us how proper use of assets, I guess is the way. Even though Ozzy's in the pictures,
he didn't take them, and that's where this comes in. And this Zolzauer guy apparently has hit over 60 different folks with copyright infringement cases. So he's pulling the angle of it's my art and you used it. Wow.
He's hit Elvis Costello, Guns N' Roses, Motley Crue, and now Ozzy.
They got the cash.
A couple other quick stories here before we wrap it up. ZZ Top singer and guitarist Billy Gibbons, also a hot rod enthusiast, obviously, he has been named Grand Marshal for the Ambetter Health 400 NASCAR race in Atlanta on the 23rd. As part of his duties, he will say the most famous words in motorsports when he, drivers start your engines. Mm-hmm. So congrats to Billy Gibbons for that. And finally, Slash joining Tom Morello for 3 songs at the Rage Against the Machine guitarist L.A. Wildfire Relief Show at the Fonda Theater in Hollywood on Friday. They did a song they co-wrote called Interstate 80 plus 2 covers. They did Kick Out the Jams from the MC5 and AC/DC's Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap.
That right there, people, is what we call rock news.
Follow
like 101.1 WJRR, Orlando's rock station.